So let's have a look at how authentication and authorization actually works in the Office 365, or what Microsoft is calling it now, the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. So traditionally, you've got a user, and the way authentication works with a user, we have generally associated that with a password. So typically a password is, and we all hate passwords, and well, there's a roadmap coming up a bit later to show you how to get a passwordlessness of a passwordless, yes, not into, yeah. The one that Satya was talking about at Ignite. How do you get to a passwordless environment where you don't have to worry about 8 characters with alphanumerics and you forgot what your dog's name was and all of those things, but it's really about something that you know, which would be your password. The next thing would be the device that you have, because you're entering a password on your mobile phone or you're sticking a password into your desktop PC. And then lastly, something that you are. And for those that have got Surface devices or devices that have been approved by Microsoft that can do facial recognition, you can then unlock with Windows Hello or use a biometric fingerprint reader on your device. And that's pretty much how authentication works. When it comes to authorization, once you're in, authorization gives you access to applications and resources. We've seen that with logging into your portal.office.com and you get exposed to the applications that you have access to. It also authorizes you to access specific data in your organization, and it's also defined by the access levels that you are granted. So some people, when they're assigned licenses, they might get an E3, but they don't have a Stream license, or they don't have a SharePoint license, but they've got a Teams license, and we'll talk about licensing as well. But that's typically the two methods or the two ways that you would get into an environment. And in the old days, we used to talk about duck typing or forms-based authentication.